try to pivot to a weather word, I was thinking about what would work well off of that story. And Matt, the one thing that just jumped into my mind was nostalgia.
Ooh, okay.
Nostalgia.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
You're working. They're getting a little tougher lately.
It's going to be hard to put that into weather word, but I think, I think these guys definitely experience nostalgia today.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. What a great experience.
Cool.
Weather-wise, I don't think we're going to be experiencing nostalgia because we haven't had a real hot day like this yet this year. I mean, we really haven't. Today was warm. Yesterday, obviously, was hot. If you're an outdoor construction worker, it's a lot bless you. It's a lot easier to say it's not hot when you're going from AC to AC, right? But if you're outside in this all day, whatever it happens to be, boy, make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Highway workers.
Right. Can you imagine over pavement and all that? So a lot of people we're thankful for on days like this. So let's get to it. In terms of the weather right now, I mean, we've got kind of the calm day today. We're mentioning yesterday, all those showers and thunderstorms kind of help to stabilize the atmosphere today. So everything goes quiet after a very active radar, typically this time of year. And that's where we lay today. 81 degrees right now. That's comfortable in Cleveland. We're hotter down to the south. We've got a dew point still thick, though. That humidity has not gone away. It's right where it's been, and it's going to stay there. So warm and muggy tonight. No problems tonight. Mainly clear skies. A nice summer-like night outside. That humidity remains elevated as well. But tomorrow, that start around 70 degrees is going to be a nice springboard for our temperatures in the afternoon as that ridge builds its way back in. So we have a heat advisory. Tomorrow kicks in effect at 11, goes through 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Peak heat index expected to be anywhere from 100 to 105. All right, so that is some serious heat. I always say heat is not the funnest thing to talk about, all right, but it is the #1 thing that deaths come from in terms of weather-related stuff. So tornadoes, floods, all that stuff doesn't compare to heat. So we need to take this seriously like we would a warning that you get anywhere else. So widespread heat alerts, not just from here, but all the way back towards the Plain States. It's that dome of heat that was centered over the desert southwest. Look at the monsoon going out towards the southwest. They need this. That's helping to kind of squash the heat out there, but everything has shifted east. So this big dome of high pressure, Jason explained it perfectly at 4, about how the high pressure, you get sinking air, lots of compression, and you get warming air. That high pressure is shifting east. So we are going to get a little taste of this tomorrow, but it's going to be brief. It's just tomorrow. So here's your heat index forecast. If you have plans heading outside 9, 10 o'clock, that's when you want to get your exercise in right in here or earlier, because we're up at noon to feeling like 96 degrees. By afternoon, you notice our model has shifted, now saying triple digit, feels like temperatures around 3. 2 to 6 o'clock is going to be your peak, and then hopefully we'll start to relax that temperature a little bit. But the flying the ointment tomorrow, and this is interesting, we have a storm chance. Do we spark a storm 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then we don't hit 94? If we don't, and we go sunny all day, we're predicting 94 degrees. Not a record, but close. And notice how we have storm chances sprinkled in during the afternoon. So I was doing a little digging. 94 degrees or higher. How common is that here in the Cleveland area? We average 2 days at 94 or higher every single summer. Last summer we had 3. We've had obviously 0 so far this year. 98 or 88 was a very hot summer, if you remember that. That's the year I had a train cake on my birthday. I walked it down to my neighbors. The train cake melted. It was just a mess. It was a big puddle. We had some real hot days in 88, 14 days above 94. And then going back to 1952, we had 17 days at 94 degrees or warmer. So, in terms of the nostalgia, in terms of this heat, there certainly is plenty of that dating back to 52. And we haven't had a whole lot. But here's that fly in the ointment that I was talking about. There's a frontal boundary out towards the north. Boy, haven't we done this before. Tonight, we're going to watch showers and thunderstorms develop up in Wisconsin. This is just like the last 2 severe weather events. Whatever trails off from that will likely redevelop over the area tomorrow. Is it earlier in the day or is it later in the day into the evening? I'm leaning more towards evening, but we'll have to keep an eye on the models. This is going to be something that models have no handle on whatsoever until we get to the event, but there is a storm chance. I think the biggest storm chance is going to be late tomorrow night into Saturday. Your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast showing the heat around here. It does spark a couple storms around the area during the day. Again, that would keep our temperature from rising too much, and then some kind of big complex of storms, much like we've had the last couple times, rolls through here after that. Guys, look at morning lows. Waking up Sunday, 63. Waking up Monday, Tuesday, 50s. What? Yes, please. Oh, it's going to be so nice. Humidity goes way down as well. All right. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. Much cooler as we get into the Sunday. Some lingering rain on Saturday if you have weekend plans. But I'm telling you, the best start to the work week possible. 80s, low humidity, beautiful with lots of sunshine.
You know what we call that around here?
Jay's perfect weather stretch.
No, it's Wintz weather.
Wince weather.
Love low humidity, low temperatures.
You know what we're doing? We're wincing.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are wincing.
Haven't heard
We're
that
wincing.
before. Haven't heard that before.
All right, Matt, thank you. Coming up.